the massive game against Manchester City on Sunday because I think everyone knows because of what's happened this season. There'll be no bold talk of having turned the corner quite yet. You want to see Liverpool deliver on a consistent basis.
I mean, that game, Paul, at Anfield for the last pretty much the last 4 or 5 years has been the big game going for the title. Probably, I think one of the best fixtures we've had. Pep v Guardiola. Pep v Guardiola. Do that again. Pep v Klopp. Some cracking games of football. Be interesting to see what it's like this Sunday with obviously City going for the title, us going for top 4, but should be great atmosphere nonetheless.
Yeah, absolutely, and I hope it is. It's just a strange situation because I'm in a different boat to a lot of my mates and a lot of other people who support Liverpool, and says that I'd probably rather see City win the league than Arsenal.
Really?
Just because of the fan base, and I've got a lot of mates. I've got a lot of mates based at this station who are Arsenal fans. And
you don't want to see Manchester to win the league, do you?
No, but City are okay compared to United, aren't they?
And they've won so many almost.
And they've won that many. It's like just leave Arsenal on that drought again with a bit of luck and keep that mantra that we've got going for them at the minute as the bridesmaids. But they are some team at the moment, aren't they? And the depth that they've got coming off the bench, and it's going to be hard. I keep winding me mates up from Arsenal saying surely you can't blow from here, but
they won't blow.
The way it's been going, you never know. But I think everything sort of fell right for them this season, and it'll be a poor season that they'll win the league and a poor low point that they'll probably win the league. But if they win it, they win it.
I mean,
City
really won 1 in 6 league games, which is just ridiculous form, isn't it? When you're trying to chase down the team. But the game on Sunday, the City game was. I was doing a watch along on talkSPORT Goals and talkSPORT's YouTube channel on your smart TVs, and that first half they absolutely dominated Spurs. And the City team of 2 or 3 years ago would have been 4 or 5 up at half time, and that game would have been done. And they just don't seem to be able to see teams off and properly dominate and control games to 90 minutes like they used to. So, what sort of challenge, James, are you expecting on Sunday from Man City?
As you just touched on, then I think it's tricky to know what to expect because I was certainly in the camp that off the back of them signing Semenyo and Gay, I thought we'd see history repeat itself and City go on one of those City-like runs in the second half of the season and probably reel Arsenal in as the stakes get higher. But now I'm having to reassess because I sat and watched that game against Tottenham on the weekend. I mean, they look so vulnerable second half, and they've got players. It just feels like they're in a bit of transition to me in terms of new players coming in. Some players at the back end of their career. You look at someone like Rodri, who clearly is no longer the force that he was for so long. And also, I don't think it helps them all this noise about Guardiola's future. It's almost a daily occurrence now, isn't it? Another story about things pointing to the fact that he will be going at the end of the season.
It can't last forever, though, James. Can it? We saw this with Klopp, and from what you gather with Klopp, is he was just tired and just needed a good imagine what Guardiola's going through. And listen, and again, I know obviously it's a great job to have, but it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, because I think everyone would say, wouldn't they? Probably those matchups between Klopp and Guardiola were
legendary.
Some of the greatest games we've ever been.
Probably added years to both of them.
Yeah, exactly. And the way I think because they're both, what made them both so special as managers, they're so invested, aren't they? Yeah. They're so intense. That obsession with it. And as you said, Paul, that's bound to take a toll. It took a huge toll on Klopp. I think you can see it takes a toll on Guardiola when you look at some of his dealings with the media. So, from Liverpool's perspective, they have to try and prey on that vulnerability. And Anfield has not been a happy hunting ground for Guardiola. I think the only time he's won there with City was behind closed doors during the pandemic. And I think, the fact is it's the later kickoff on Sunday. I think that should help Liverpool as well because the atmosphere always feels better for the later the game is. Yeah. And the place will be bouncing, and you just hope that similarly to the Newcastle game, you want to see the players feed off that because I couldn't really understand some of the negativity among Liverpool fans at the weekend off the back of United and Chelsea scoring late winners because for a start, there's 14 games to go. It's far too soon to be worrying about how some of your rivals for those Champions League spots are doing. And also, when you look at Villa and the stumble they're having, Liverpool are only 7 points behind Villa. There's no reason why they couldn't reel them in.
We finished above Chelsea United this season. I know United are in decent form under Michael Carrick, but I think with the quality we've got, we can just, we're starting to maybe see glimpses of us getting back to our best. We've got so much more quality than those two teams.
I was literally just going to say, it doesn't matter what your rivals are doing if you're not winning. You just concentrate on your own games and win.
Exactly.
That's all you can do, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And that's why Sunday is massive, isn't it? Because if you beat City, then what a platform that is to them really push on.
So ahead of Liverpool versus Man City, it's time for our bet builder with BetMGM. Remember, you can download the app or head to betmgm.co.uk. So Paul, me and you are going to put together a little bet builder. I'm obviously going to go for a Liverpool victory. There's absolutely no doubt about that. Do you want to throw something else in there?
I will go for both teams to score.
Yeah, I like that. I don't think we keep a clean sheet in there. So we've got Liverpool to win, both teams to score. I think it's going to be end-to-end, a pretty open game. So I think lots of shots on target. I might throw in over 6.5 saves there in our bet builders. There we go. We've got Liverpool to win, both teams to score, and over 6.5 saves. So I've gone for 7 shots on target at least. Good stuff. There we go. Paul, you're going to be there on Sunday in Anfield. You must admit, I know you're in America. You're giving it the big one with your lads, looking after your boxers, but you're back where you're back in your proper home, aren't you, on Sunday afternoon?
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to get in there for them prawn sandwiches.
Unbelievable. What's the you like the food you get looked after in the press box, Liverpool, James?
Yeah, it's not as posh as the stuff that Paul gets. Might get a bit of chili con carne if we're lucky.
Oh, chili con carne on a Sunday afternoon, you can't beat that. On the in the game on Saturday night, the mix zone, is it always Verge or Andy Robertson that stops, or do sometimes some of the other boys stop, obviously depending on how they get on, or is it pretty much just grab whoever you can get?
Certainly for home matches, the players a few years ago realised there was another way out. It used to be the case that every kind of member of the squad would walk past, and then it was down to you would then ask a player if he would give you a few minutes, and then it was up to him whether to say yes or no. But yeah, that's changed a bit since then, because there is the word unfortunately must have got round that there was another way to get to the players' lounge. So. Virgil, to his credit,
he's great, isn't he?
Every single game, he sees it as a part of his responsibilities as captain. Win, lose or draw, always fronts up. And then sometimes others do walk through. Like last weekend, Dominic Szoboszlai did. I think he started doing that a bit more often with the mix zone as well.
James, thank you so much for joining us. It's been great having you on as always, mate.
Cheers, guys.
All the best, James.
And Paul, as always, thank you very much for you'll be back with us next week, won't you? And Jermaine Pennant will be back as well. This has been the latest episode of Inside Liverpool on talkSPORT's YouTube channel and on your smart TVs. This show is sponsored by BetMGM. You can download the app or visit betmgm.co.uk, gambleaware.org, and of course, please gamble responsibly.